So we're building up here for the grand finale, and I think I'll be amiss if I didn't do this in the proper way. Yes, it's a half of football hot mug. You can get them from me as well as all the merchandise very soon. I'll be opening up the football hot store very soon for you to buy. Thanks from you, boy. But yeah, let's so what I'm going to do is talk about both teams. So for this preview, I'm looking at France's journey to the final and really getting into it a bit before. So, if you need to pause this vid, get yourself some coffee, some food, and while you're eating the food, just enjoy on this beautiful Saturday day me really going deep in to the journey of France. Bonjour mes amis, merci beaucoup pour regarder pour les films de football. That's my crap French. There you go. So France. So I think the difficulty with France was always them not playing competitively until the tournament started. I think that is what favored other teams. It didn't really favor France. Let's start at 2014 World Cup when Deschamps took over Blanc, because I think Blanc was crap. Blanc's reign, because I saw how they lost against Spain in Euro 2012 and I saw how they played. They were boring, they were bland and void of any energy. So Deschamps, he took over, former player, because I remember, I saw it, when you're getting old when you 100% remember when guys like Didier Deschamps was playing, as in I really remember when the guy played. That's when you know you're starting to get old. World Cup 2014, I thought France were very good. These were completely different from what Blanc did. He made them exciting, he gave them a definition, he gave them an energy to them, and he really embraced the kind of talent that France had. They just came up upon a team with a mission in Germany who were destined to go all the way. So now, building up to this whole thing, I think there was not really that much faith within the team, because people thought that, okay, you've got threat of Spain, you've got Germany in there, you've got Portugal with Cristiano, Italy are a wild card, then you've got up-and-comers like Croatia, maybe England, and so forth. Well, so happened to England. So I don't think there was really much faith in them. And even for me, I thought that still on home ground, it's still France, they still have players, semi-final maximum. I think that semi-final, then they got, but I never really saw of them winning it. So I think once they started that, and I think the game against Romania, they were nervous. It was their first competitive game that mattered since the game against Germany in 2014. And you could see that tactically, it wasn't working, and they weren't really fully balanced. But again, they got saved by Payet. And it's so funny where a year ago, Payet wasn't even a thought within the team. It wasn't even a thought. And here he is, after his amazing, fantastic season for West Ham, fully deserved to be in the team. And look at what he did, where he saved France in that game with an amazing goal. But I think from there, the feeling was, okay, this is just going to be France struggling their way through and them always getting helps. And that was what the narrative seemed to be, i.e., second game, again, didn't play well, then got saved towards the end, but people were not really convinced with Giroud. Griezmann hadn't really shown up, Pogba hadn't shown up, the big players hadn't shown up, the midfield wasn't sorted out, so it seemed like a Brazil, i.e. they're getting through over the energy of the team, but when it comes to the game on football, once they meet a real team, they were going to go out. So they needed that Iceland game, because again, the Ireland game, again, going and go down, very panicky, and Ireland getting a man sent. So it was still like if you were not convinced. They needed that game against Iceland. Forget about who they were playing or so forth. They needed a good performance, and Deschamps gave them that great performance. And suddenly, they look like a team that was balanced. Sissoko coming in, Conte getting taken out because of he was suspended, but that was a blessing in disguise. And I think the best thing that's happened to France was that suspension of Conte. So it's so funny how life works, where the blessings you receive are the ones that you don't really see on face value, which is what that Conte suspension was. The team looked like a team, but they hadn't been tested yet, and their test came up against Germany. And them coming through Germany said they can win this now. Because I thought that against, for me, even if I predicted them to win, I wouldn't be surprised if they lost against Germany, because it is the world champions. They hadn't really faced a team as good as Germany before, but they came through. They came through with flying colors, you know. So this was really a metamorphosis, because the worst thing that could happen to France was they beat Germany controversially, not playing well, you know, and then they make the final. That wasn't a controversial victory. So them coming into the final, they have that kind of faith that, you know what, we deserve to be here. We started off a bit edgy, we didn't really get things right, but we grew. We metamorphosized. We really grew into our own. And the best thing about this is that everybody's getting good at the right time. The worst thing is people peaking too early. Griezmann is getting good at the right time. Pogba is getting good at the right time. So Pogba and Griezmann, better late than never. So they're really hitting their stride in the tournament just at the right time, because I believe that they can go even one step further right now. So I think it was so good that they weren't playing so well before. They gradually got better. They took in the criticism like a sponge, and they responded very well. So they're coming into the final where, boom, you can just hit your peak on the match that really matters, you know. But I just think that, you know, Deschamps right now, because basically what it is that, you know, you have to compare Deschamps with Blanc's era. And yes, you have to go out there and you play the football. The manager can't play the football for you, but we've all been in football since, whether during school or whatever. The coach is huge. Even his personality is huge. Because, I mean, I've been looking at the L'Equipe official YouTube channel, which is amazing, by the way. And you just see that there is a culture within the team. Obviously, you know, there is a bit of the thing which is natural. That's obviously most of the blacks stay with the blacks, the whites stay with the whites. But that happens naturally because there are people who you have more affinity with, like, you know, Lloris and Koscielny and Evra and Pogba. But, you know, looking at that, Pogba and Griezmann are like really good friends. You know, well, I don't know whether they're really good friends, but you can say that they share a bond within each other. But I think even beyond the whole racial thing, there is a team ethos. And I think that has been brought in by Deschamps, because Deschamps, I already feel that already has much more blood in him, or has much more of a personality than Laurent Blanc. So you can see that there is a union. You know, there is a togetherness within this team, and team spirit is strong. I keep saying to people, and I will say it again, a successful football team is 50% skill, 50% psychological. You can't win a championship purely based on skill. That doesn't happen. The psychological aspect is huge. The togetherness, the chemistry, the communication, all that stuff, the intangibles, the stuff that you can't grab with your hand, you can't see with your eye, that stuff is important. And I think you see that within this French team. And it reads like a great story. Confused, discombobulated, disorganized, slowly merging through, slowly growing. The mistakes get taken out. The mistakes get taken out and cleaning away the edges, rubbing rough edges. And, you know, basically it's almost like, you know, a sculptor. Keep chipping away at the edges. Keep chipping away at the edges. And once you keep chipping away, boom, you then get the perfect masterpiece. So for France, they're in really good shape, because they've got both sides. They've got the skill, the talent, the tactics, the strategy, but they've got the mentality, they've got the psychology as well, and they've got the will. And both things together bonds for, you know, an excellent chance to win this title on home soil and to win their first major title since Euro 2000, which was 16 years ago. So this is 16 years in the making for them to win another major championship for France, which has been too long, you know, in the making, you know. And a lot of people didn't think they'll make this. How many? Because I know a few people have picked France to win. And just to shout out to my main man D for our Talking Tactics show. You know, we'll put the link down there. Not many people thought that they would yet, you know, if you did, but I didn't, you know, but they are in the final and they're one step away from winning those Euros. So yeah, man, follow me up here at Half-Report. Remember to head to my website. I cover Premiership, Bundesliga, La Liga, anything. I even do PSG, everything, you know, just, you know, support the kid. Follow me on Twitter, head to the website. I'm Football 24/7. Peace out, stay true, and bonne chance pour l'équipe de France.